Hi, Mark Bezek on location. Today we're at the international headquarters of Amsd, which is Association of Metropolitan School Districts. I'm with the executive director, actually the mouthpiece, as we're coined today, for Amsd, Scott Kroonquist. Scott, you're talking to all the educators in our district. Tell us a little bit about what Amsd is.
Well, Amsd is a consortium of about 40 school districts in the 7-county metropolitan area. And Elk River, of course, is a member and has been for many years and has been a very active contributor to Amsd. And it's the school districts come together basically to make sure that their interests are represented at the Capitol. We focus mainly on the Minnesota legislature and dealing with lawmakers, bringing the concerns and challenges that our school districts are facing to them, and providing research, testimony, et cetera, to make sure our school district's needs are represented.
You know, a little bit about the structure of Amsd today. We had what we call a general board meeting, and you had Senator Jen Olson here talking a little bit about that, maybe some of the other things that Amsd does.
Sure. We do a lot in the terms of research. We provide research for our member school districts, try to get information out to them, make sure they are aware of the best practices, information, et cetera. Then we do some help on referendum campaigns, again providing information, data, et cetera, to our school districts. But we really focus on the legislative efforts, and we have a legislative committee, and as you know, you've been a member of that committee, a very valuable member, and that committee really formulates our legislative platform. Takes input from all of our member districts, makes sure that we're addressing all of their needs, and then we put it in a format that we can bring to the Capitol, and we actually get bills introduced, get legislation introduced, and get legislators to sign on to it and bring it forward, and obviously the goal is to get that legislation passed.
Putting you on the spot here a little bit, what legislative agenda, what are some of the key pieces of the platform this year for Amsd?
Well, I think we're really focused on trying to stabilize funding. As we all know, it's been very challenging times. Funding's been frozen the last couple of years. The state continues to face a budget deficit, so it's going to be tough, but we're really going to be encouraging the legislature to protect education funding, and then also to give locally elected school boards a little more flexibility in terms of how they spend their money, how they deal with local issues. And we want to ask them also to give school boards the ability to extend a referendum that's already been passed by the voters, and just to extend it at the same rate. So this wouldn't be a tax increase for the citizens, but it would just allow the school district to have a little more stability so they knew what kind of revenue they could count on.
And what kind of shift in dynamics, looking from a democratically controlled House and Senate to a Republican, do you see the odds of some of those things happening moving forward?
I think so. It's every session's a challenge, and this one will be no different, especially given that $6 billion deficit. But I think there are some new opportunities. There's new chairs in both the House and the Senate, new party in control on both sides, and I think they're going to be open to a lot of our ideas on eliminating some mandates, giving maybe school boards a little more local control and flexibility. So we're hopeful. Okay. I'd just like to say too, Mark, though, that I really appreciate Elk River's involvement. You have been so active. Now your board member, Sue Farber, is on our executive committee, and she has done a great job with us. So Amsd really appreciates that Elk River has taken a very strong interest and been such an active participant in Amsd.
Well, Amsd has been a great organization for us to be part of, because the money's in St. Paul and you have to go after it. But through lobbying groups like Amsd, it's been able to help us organize our legislative action team and get the ball rolling. Because, as we heard today, parents need to get down. We need to get more mouthpieces down there than you and I and our school board members down at the legislature during these sessions. Along with Amsd, Elk River Area School District 728 also belongs to several other lobbying organizations. C, which is Schools for Equity and Education, and also MSBA, the School Board Association, is also a major lobbying organization for us. C, Schools for Equity and Education, is one that we've recently joined. We were members years ago. However, that's more of a outstate perimeter organization that deals strictly with, or primarily with, school equalization, funding equalization, and that is one of our hot topics right now that we're working on. But all these lobbying organizations, they're good for the district. However, one of the most important organizations we have is our LAT, our Legislative Action Team, which is a grassroots effort. Started in the community several years ago, and it's growing slowly, but we need your help and we need participation. We meet the third Tuesday of every month at the district office for a brief meeting for an hour or two. It's good conversation. We usually bring in local legislators. We bring in our lobbyist, Joel Carlson, to give us updates on what's happening at the Capitol, and we plan strategy as far as our legislative agenda and also our local LAT day down at the Capitol. And we usually go down once or twice during the session to lobby our legislators. And it's going to be very important we do that this year. As you know, major turnover in the House and Senate as far as transition from DFL to the Republicans. So it's our opportunity to make new friends and new people to help us with our issues. So from St. Paul, Mark Biesick on location.